76ers drafted their third overall pick. They didn't trade like some thought that they might. They stuck with it, and it is not Ace Bailey. Instead, it is VJ Edgecombe. And let me tell you, the emotion. If you're not on social media, this guy's going crazy on social media right now. I saw one comment that said, generator to generational. And if you didn't get to watch the draft, you didn't get to see what he said, the context behind that is that he said he lived off of a generator for 7 years because they did not have electricity. He's from the Bahamas. He said that he watched his mom work hard to ensure that his dream can come true. His mom was there with him, his siblings, just tears of emotion coming down his face when he did get drafted to the 76ers, just everything. He just said, I just can't believe I'm here. He's given out scholarships to those back home on his island and been able to say that I was able to give out scholarships today. He mentioned that in a Sixers press conference, the first press conference where they're officially meeting the media. Says he's looking forward to really talking with Nick Nurse more this afternoon, which I assume he already did, that he's finally familiarizing himself with Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, and he just can't wait. And let me tell you, just NBA fans are just loving him, just loving the emotion that he was able to bring, not even to mention the play. The play style is there. I know the big argument right now is, well, the Sixers have so many guards. How are they going to handle this? We'll talk about that a little bit in a moment. But the emotion that he brought to this NBA draft, a lot of people were saying that basketball hunger is back, because we'll talk about Ace Bailey and the whole NIL in just a little bit. But I love seeing the emotion, because it is, with NIL, I'm all for players getting paid, but with NIL, it's a little different because it's not so much your life changing overnight, right? It's, well, I was able to make money along the way. I was able to support myself and support my family along the way. So this isn't a crazy overnight change for me. Instead, this is just a continuation of my career. But he has made it clear, this is what I wanted. I wanted to get to the NBA. I didn't know if I could make it happen. My coach said this when I was young, that you're going to go to the NBA. He instilled this dream in me, and then I made it happen. And just the emotion about what his family has been through, it just showed. It just showed that if you're a Sixers fan, and with everything that has happened with Joel Embiid over the last few years, the process, can we trust it? I'm trusting VJ. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm not even technically a Sixers fan, but I am excited for him to come on this team, because I think this is something that this team needed. This team needed that hunger. I think you have Tyrese Maxey, you have Jared McCain when he comes back and is healthy. And then you have Joel Embiid, where you're kind of in this standstill right now of, he is the leader on this team, but is he going to come back healthy? Where does he stand in the Sixers? How much longer can they do this? But I think with VJ coming here to join the team, it makes a huge difference, not only playing-wise, but motivation-wise. And to mention that aspect of playing, he did have a workout with the Sixers. Now, their GM, Daryl Morey, said he doesn't put a lot. I think he said he puts 0.02% into that workout where they come. Because I like spending time and having dinner with them and everything. But the scouts work years, endless on end, through high school, from college, looking at these players. So that one workout, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But he said that Tyrese Maxey, his schedule panned out. He was able to meet VJ at that workout. They were able to talk. And the big discussion right now is, well, there's so many guards and the size and everything like that. And of course, they're going to have to choose, because there's Maxey and Kyle Lowry and McCain and a bunch of other guys added to this list, where there will have to be cuts somewhere, some point at this time. But we know the likelihood. It's not going to be VJ, right? It's not going to be Tyrese Maxey. But to get to know those guys at the beginning, I think this is really good for this team. And that's not a dig at Joel Embiid. Again, they just said it didn't work with everyone's schedule. It worked with Maxey's, that he was able to be there. He was able to meet VJ, and they were able to talk. And that Maxey did have some sort of input to say, hey, this is a guy I could win with. This is a guy who can make a difference on this team. And I think that makes all the difference when you're trying to head into a season. And let's just be honest. You've had top picks. You had a ton of first overall picks. Two of those guys, Ben Simmons, isn't there anymore. Markelle Fultz, we know how that panned out. It just didn't work. And then you still have Joel Embiid, right? Hanging strong. You're in a different era now. I know it's still trust the process and all that. You're just in a different spot right now. You have a lot of young guys who you're able to work with. I think Jared McCain, Maxey, and now VJ are these new guys for the 76ers. And then Joel, I don't want to say catch up, but in a sense, he might have to. He's still the big guy. He's still the big man on campus. He still can lead this team? Can they win a championship? I don't know. A lot are saying it doesn't matter the pick, that if Joel Embiid's there, they're not going to win. I'm not sure. I don't know where that stands right now, but I think this pick means a lot. I think it means a lot as a player-wise. He says, I don't like to see the other team score points. And so he said, he goes, I know how to play both. I want to play both sides. I love playing defense because I don't like to see the team win. He's made that clear multiple times. I don't want to see the other team score points. So you play good defense. I mean, I love the simplicity of it, him coming in and saying, this is how it is. If the other team scores more points, you lose the game. And I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to go out there and win. And he seems to be a guy who could fit in Philly. Apparently the fans were already having him say, go Birds, and yelling at him, say, come on, you got to say, go Birds, go Eagles. And he loves it, and he's fitting right in. And I think this is a very good pick for the 76ers, considering it was either trade down was an option, or pick Ace Bailey. And I think the Philadelphia media and the 76ers have handled this gracefully, because I think we don't know a lot about Ace Bailey right now. What we know is that he canceled the Sixers workout that they were going to have. Now, granted, the way his agency kind of put it together was that, well, they're just not having any workouts. Why that 76ers workout gets scheduled in the first place, I don't know, because that makes him look bad, in my opinion, that he's going out there and then committed to something and then backtracks and says, oh, we're not going to do that. It makes him look a little bad. Omar Cooper is his agent. I'm not sure what he's thinking. I don't know what they're doing to lead him. Granted, I'm not an agent, so I don't know if I can technically speak on this, but I'm going to, because I don't know how you lead somebody who went to Rutgers. Is an interesting choice, because let's just be honest, most players don't. Rutgers, decent basketball school this year, but most players don't say, I'm going to go change the culture at Rutgers. That seems to just have been horrific over the last however long we can think about it. Their football team just can't get kids to stay in New Jersey. Same thing with Rutgers. He goes to Rutgers, has a great career, enough to get drafted, top 5, but he doesn't do any workouts. He cancels his workouts with the Sixers. Sixers GM said, look, that was his opinion. I'm not going to beat him up for it. He's a kid, and it was his agency that has made that decision. Markelle Fultz has done workouts before, and he showed up with a bag of Chick-fil-A and then said he was tired. So, look, not the best look. Didn't really work out for Fultz for multiple different reasons, but maybe there's things like that. Maybe they didn't want to give them the opportunity to think of anything differently. But the way last night I was struggling because I'm watching, social media and the clickbait that they clip it together and say, oh, he was miserable. He was miserable when he got drafted. He didn't want to go to the Jazz. And then you watch the actual clip and you say, okay, everyone reacts a little bit differently. You can give him some grace. And then you move on. That maybe you're in pure shock. You're going up against a ton of people. Maybe it wasn't miserable. I don't know him enough personally to be able to go up and say, oh, he should have reacted like X, Y, and Z. And then as the day goes on, this morning, I'm seeing he's not even in Utah yet. That Walter Clayton Jr., his likely new teammate, and I'll say likely because I'm not sure if Ace Bailey is going to be with the Utah Jazz come Monday, but Walter Clayton Jr. has already flown to Utah. Ace Bailey was supposed to fly over the weekend. Usually they come together, the same plane. That didn't happen. Ace Bailey is MIA right now, not in Utah, has had little communication with the team at all, if any, and he has to show up by Monday. Because if he doesn't, that could mean that he's holding out. I struggle with this. I struggle with this because I don't like to say, well, there's a bunch of other people who would rather be in the NBA, obviously. At the same time, it goes back to that hunger where VJ Edgecombe wants to be in the NBA. Right? He wants to be there. Kaman Moloch, you saw him as well with the tears streaming down his face as he shakes Adam Silver's hand. There's players that want to be there. And then it seems like there's Ace Bailey who wanted to decide where to go. Was really looking at Brooklyn a little bit, looking at Washington, East Coast possibly, not so much Utah, where there's no Jazz, by the way. Anyway, holding out right now. If there's an update, of course, we'll keep you updated. I don't know if, again, I was like, is the hate warranted? Not really. You're looking at this, oh, well, you got to give him some grace here and there. At the same time, to be able to hold out, it's like, are you Eli Manning? I don't think Eli Manning should have done it. I think one of the reasons Saquon Barkley, I've always had respect for him, is because his agents wanted him to tell the Cleveland Browns, I'm not going to Cleveland. I don't want to go there. And Saquon said, I'm not saying that. They had the first overall pick. Giants had the second. He said, I'm not saying that I don't want to go to Cleveland. I'm going where I get drafted. And Cleveland ended up picking Baker Mayfield instead. And then the Giants got Saquon, and now he's a Super Bowl champion with the Eagles and had a 2,000-year rushing yards this year. But it's like it sets the tone for your character. And even if Ace Bailey right away didn't come out and say, I don't want to go here, now he's not showing up. And he was asked, did you have any idea that the Utah Jazz were thinking about you? Oh, no, none. And supposedly, Omar Cooper and his agency apparently warned certain teams, according to ESPN. They're saying that sources said they warned teams in the top 5 in the draft not to pick Ace Bailey. We don't know what team that is as of right now, but it was apparently said, according to sources that ESPN reported, that his agency told some teams, maybe one or others, who had the top 5 draft pick, don't pick Ace Bailey because you're not getting him. I think you're trying to play chess or checkers, I guess, with the NBA, who I think is a little better at playing chess. I just don't know how well this is going to work out because it's already I feel like the character issues, you can hear it now. Everything that happens, and whether he holds out for the Jazz or wherever he goes after, you just hear it. But the character, it follows you forever. You go to the NFL, Spencer Rattler with the Saints now. The character has followed him since high school because he was on a reality TV show. And that's what he was asked in the meetings. And now you cancel all your meetings when you're Ace Bailey. You cancel all your workouts. Oh, it just seems like a mess. It seems like a mess for the Utah Jazz. Unsure if they were the team that were told not to pick him. At the same time, we'll keep you updated. We'll update you again on Friday to see, is Ace Bailey in Utah? Maybe he's still here in New Jersey, New York. I'm not sure where he's going. Maybe he's calling up the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know. I don't know what you do in this situation or where he is. Maybe he'll eventually get there and say, I want to play for the Utah Jazz. But right now, for the Jazz and their number 5 pick, Ace Bailey, it doesn't look too bright. But what could be bright for the Philadelphia Flyers, as we continue on with our segment of What's the Scoop, is the NHL Draft, which is tonight. Now, earlier this week, they traded for Trevor Zegras as, I think it's a good trade by the Flyers. Get Trevor Zegras, and he's young, talented. He's had struggles with injuries, but I think the bright side here is that he's 24 years old. Yes, he's had the torn Achilles. He got surgery in December of 2024. But this season for the Ducks, he had 12 goals, 32 points in 57 games. Everything that I have heard about him is that the Ducks wanted more and more from him, and he was receptive to all of it. He was saying, let's do it. When I'm healthy, let's do it. I'll play both sides well. I'll try my best. I'll work hard. I'll do this and I'll do that. And most importantly, he was drafted as a center. And right now in the NHL, you're looking for a center guy. And so are the Flyers right now. And he could be the center. And I think a lot of this could be sorted out, kind of, at least speculation tonight when that draft happens. The Flyers have the number 6 overall pick. They have number 22, and then they have number 31 all in the first round. Then again in round 2, they have the number 36 pick. So I think today a lot of this could be sorted out where they want Trevor Zegras. Do they want him at that center position? And again, everything that I'm hearing is that he's a guy that wants to compete. Just like always, it seems like that PR type of talk, but he wants to compete, and he's willing to talk to management, to talk to his teammates and say, where should I be? Am I playing center? Where am I? How do I improve the team the most? And that's what the Ducks said. It just didn't work out with them, but I think the Flyers have a young guy here. Of course, we'll keep you up on the draft and what happens tonight as they go through again with that number 6 overall pick, and again, number 22 and number 31 all in the first round tonight as the Philadelphia Flyers come up with that pick. All right, let's move on to our next segment with social scoreboards as the Rockets get Kevin Durant, and in return, the Suns get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 25, number 10 pick, and that was Kaman Malawach, and 5 second-round picks, including Rasheer Fleming, who is at St. Joe's. So let's get into it with social scoreboard. Coming in at number 3 on X, the Goat House said, had a dream last night that Kevin Durant got traded to the Bears. Not the Bulls, the Bears. Maybe the Bears could use a snake. Anyway, coming in at number 2, Pacone Truther says, the Rockets ruin their future for 38-year-old Kevin Durant. I kind of agree with that. I'm not exactly sure if the Rockets will be able to win with KD, considering KD has not been able to win with anybody but a superstar team, the Golden State Warriors. But coming in at number 1, NBA Centel says, breaking, Kevin Durant is frustrated with the Rockets organization and has requested a trade. Obviously, that is fake news, but we've seen that with the Brooklyn Nets. We've seen it kind of happen with the Suns. When Kevin Durant is done, Kevin Durant is done. There's no coming back from that. We'll be right back with our question of the week after this commercial break and an interview with Collin Hassay. Support for Cape May Radio, WCFA 101.5 FM, and the Center for Community Arts comes from Cape Island Woodworks, offering residential and commercial woodworking services while preserving Cape May's historic architecture. For more information is available at capeislandwoodworks.com. Support for Cape May Radio, WCFA 101.5 FM, and the Center for Community Arts comes from Flying Fish Studio, offering wholesale and retail custom screen printing services located at 130 Park Boulevard, West Cape May, New Jersey. More information is available at theflyingfishstudio.com. Welcome back into the Beachside Blitz, where we surf the wave of sports right here on Cape May Radio, WCFA 101.5. Before we get into our Seaside sit-down segments, just a reminder about the question of the week. It is, where did former 76ers Andre Iguodala go to college? Played for the Sixers from 2004 to 2012 before that historic Warriors dynasty. Where did Andre Iguodala go to college? Now let's get right into it with our Seaside sit-down interview with Collin Hassay. Collin, you can pick up that mic right there, and we will just talk about everything that you've been able to do. So Collin is a man of many athletic talents. So let's get started talking about your soccer career. So you also played at Lower Cape May Regional. But first, thank you for being here. I appreciate you joining me.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you were able to come here. We got cornhole, we got a triathlon, and then we got soccer. So let's start off with your soccer career and your journey as a soccer player at the high school level at Lower Cape May Regional.
Yeah, so I started playing high school soccer in 2017. I graduated in 2021. I played under Dennis Elia. I actually just went to a Real Madrid game in Philadelphia at the Link with my old coach, Dennis, last night. It was a great time. I loved playing under Dennis. He's a great coach. And high school soccer, it was a journey because I started off, I was JV, junior varsity, my freshman year. And, I wasn't the best player, but a lot of kids say that I worked really hard to work my way up to the ranks. And I was a captain by sophomore year, the next year. And I had a great time. We were, it's a smaller school, so we play, good competition for our size, but it was fun. We had some great times. Me and two of my kids that we went through 4 years together, Donovan Richardson and Jordan Pierce. We had 4 great years, great memories. I loved high school soccer. And that got me to where I ended up playing at Division III level for Immaculata University, which I had another probably even better 4 years. It flew by. I just recently finished up this May, graduated. But I had a great time playing at Immaculata. We had pretty good seasons. We never won anything, but I still had a blast and still had a lot of memories that I know I will cherish forever. Big wins, things that I'll think about forever, totally.
And I'll ask you, going at that college level, you mentioned playing JV at first, then becoming captain your sophomore year. When did you realize that you could possibly play at the collegiate level?
I'd probably say around like my junior year, I realized that I had a lot of support from the coaches at lower and my family and my friends. I definitely didn't think about. I didn't even think I was going to go to college. The first 2 years of high school because knowing my family went and it just wasn't what I had in mind. And then I just loved soccer so much that thought D3 was a good level for me because I was good enough for D3. I don't think I was good enough for Division One, but I had a fun time, and it was a good balance of school and friends and soccer, and we all had a great time. And I think it was a perfect level for myself. And um, I definitely I didn't get as much time the first year, freshman year, which a lot of athletes don't. But worked myself up, worked hard again, just like I did in high school, and found myself starting, and it was fun being able to score. I scored my first goal um, junior year. I was a defender, so I didn't really score as many goals, but which is when you score as a defender, it's one of the best feelings because you'd never do it. So
Well, I was doing some research, and you scored in the 88th minute versus Rutgers Camden in 2023. So
that was one of the craziest soccer games I ever played in. It was at home, Rutgers Camden, who was a good team, and we played a very good first half, and I think we were tied 1-1 at halftime, and then we ended up losing 5-4. But there was, I think, 7 goals in the last 20 minutes. It was like an insane game. But there's a lot of games like that that I'll definitely remember. That game was pretty wicked. But that goal was my only goal that year, and then I scored again senior year. That was a pretty good goal for the team because that was basically like we treated it like a playoff game because the winner of that game got the 3 seed in our conference, and my friend who I grew up with, Reed Lindsay, played middle school and then played against him in high school, played together in college. He assisted me, so it was pretty cool. We won that game, and we ended up going to play in the semis at Newman University. It was a really good team, and we ended up losing, but it was still a good game, and that kind of wrapped up my career there. But those goals I'll remember for a while.
Forever. That's so awesome. And I'll ask this because I love to find out about the recruiting process. Like you said, that you didn't have a plan to go to college, that no one in your family has gone to college, and then but you love soccer and said, this is my path to go to college. So what was that recruiting process like to find a school for you?
So I definitely mixed in soccer with I wanted to go to school for business management. I ended up graduating with business management and marketing management majors and finance and accounting and international business minors. So I mixed in like good business schools with a good level of soccer for me. And my coach, Richard Punt, who I had with all 4 years of Immaculata, reached out to me. He was able to come to some of our travel soccer games. I played for a club called Surf those last 2 years of high school, which that was my favorite team I ever played with. We were all so good. I actually never lost a game with Surf. So that was very fun just from that. But yeah, playing travel was important because you're playing against better opposition. So, you get better looks, and we're also playing up the road and everything. So my coach that I had for college was able to come out, and he saw me and my friend Reed, which we ended up going to play together. So he made it super easy. He looked at my attributes as a player and whatnot, what I could provide for the team, and I came in, and I actually didn't play the position that I was going to play, that he thought I was going to play, but I played a lot of positions. I played like center back and fullback and defensive and even attacking midfield throughout my time, and it was a good mix. But yeah, the recruiting process was easy. I honestly didn't even look at that many schools. I went to Immaculata, and it was a weird year. It was like the COVID year, so recruiting was a little weird. I think a lot of schools were taking more kids than they wanted to, so it honestly made it easier. So I got in, and then I just ended up choosing to go there, which I definitely don't regret. I met a bunch of great kids who I played soccer with and got to live with and everything, so it was a fun time.
That's great. And how did that, you mentioned playing different positions, right? Being flexible. How do you think that flexibility helped you kind of on that team?
It helped a lot because I had a lot of kids on our team. They're very good at one position. You knew they were going to start at that spot, and um, I I'm more of an athlete, so I was able to play some spots where it required more either running, like when we're playing fullback or whatnot, and um, yeah, I played a lot. I played a lot of positions, and it made it easier for my coach. He said I was kind of like a Swiss Army knife sometimes. Like I could play some different spots, and you could switch in game too if it required with that sort of gameplay. But it was fun because you get a real grip of the game when you're playing different spots, and some are easier than others. Some are pretty tough. Like I started playing like center back as a freshman, and then I kind of worked into the midfield, and then started going attacking more my senior year. So I kind of just worked my way up the field, which was kind of fun because attacking is fun in any sport. Defense fun, but when you're able to score or shoot, anything like that, it's always the best. But yeah, I definitely, if I went back all these years, I would go back and probably want to be like a striker or something like that, but where I can get all the glory. But I liked where I played a lot.
And being with one of your best friends. I mean, I know you talked about it a little bit, but explain that experience of playing with one of your best friends, Reed.
Yeah, so I grew up with Reed. He went to Ocean City High School. He was a very good soccer player. He's got two brothers who are also very good soccer players. But we went to school together. We were in the dorm. We ended up getting pretty lucky. We got in a third with a kid who ended up dropping out. So we had a three-man dorm to ourselves. And then we lived with each other the 3 years after that. But it was easy. Like it makes going into a new college world so much easier when you have somebody that you know. So did everything together for 4 years, and you when you're playing with somebody for so long, you know what they're going to do in games and practices and stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier to like adapt and everything. But and you always have somebody there for you when you need them. So it was like great having him. And then we made a large group of friends. So by the second year, it was no problem. But definitely the first year, having my buddy Reed helped out a lot. So.
And as you wrap this soccer career up, so to speak, that now that you're done with college, not playing at that level anymore, where is soccer in your life from now on?
So I'd love to be able to get a job working with either like FIFA or the U.S. men's national team. They have a lot of positions that I think I'd want to do something with. Like FIFA, they have the World Cup coming next summer in America, which is huge, and whether it's something before then, but soccer's like my favorite thing. If you know me, everybody knows that. Like, I have so many favorite players, so many favorite teams. Like, I love going to the Union games here locally, or I've been able to go to some games in some other countries like Costa Rica and Jamaica and Portugal, and I love it because everybody loves it around the world. So you go anywhere and you could play pickup on the sand or on the streets or whatnot. But I soccer isn't huge down here in Cape May, so it's kind of sucks in that aspect that there is some pickup games here and there, a little bit up the road, which I like going to here and there. But I definitely I love watching it almost every day, and I love playing it. Like me and my friends will go and play at the beach or whatnot. So something that I'll be doing forever.
Those who watch football around here, let them know about how competitive those soccer fans are. I mean, you probably know more than anyone.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I just went to this Real Madrid game last night, and they're playing a team from Austria called FC Salzburg, and Real Madrid is the biggest fan base in the world, I'm pretty sure, like statistically. So the stadium was 99% Madrid fans. So when they scored, the place absolutely erupted. But I went to a game a couple of weeks ago. It was Porto from Portugal and Palmeiras from Brazil. And those fans, the Portuguese fans, are crazy too. Like, even in American stadiums, they're getting super loud, bringing flares and everything. It's like NFL fans are loud. I've been to some good Eagles games, and I'll take nothing away from Eagles fans, but the fans over in Europe and South America are unbelievable. I've seen videos. I do want to go to some games, but they do seem a little bit sketchy. There's like a risk of dying if you go to these games. but
Yeah.
I want to make it to one of them, maybe, just to say.
I've seen it's great, but yeah, those ultras, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they kind of start setting up right before the game and
Yeah.
stuff. They're like, oh yeah, we know that we're gonna
They're wicked.
gonna get there and hurt other fans.
Yeah.
It's nothing like
They're
here
ready to
where-
die for it.
there's a team like no other. Like
Mhm.
like you said, they will literally die for their
Mhm.
team or go to jail or whatever you need to do. They're there doing it.
It's serious.
But let's move on. So finish your soccer career, and then you run a triathlon this year. And you're not second. You put it on your Instagram. You weren't second. You were first. Top 2, but not second. Number 1 in your age group for the Escape the Cape triathlon. Have you done this before?
No, this was my first event that I did. Ever since I was done playing soccer, I was telling people I'm going to do it. And it was funny. I was talking to my good friend Sean Connolly. He's a local kid who played 4 years of football at Ursinus. Very good athlete. I was like, yeah, I might do the Escape the Cape. And he was like, dude, no way. Like, I think I'm going to do it too. So we did it together. Did it with our other friend, Connor Eckel. And I trained at school, like whether it was like swimming in the pool or riding on the bike in the gym, whatnot. But for myself, I just needed something to like keep me looking forward to something athletically, like so I can go to the gym and have something to look forward to. And I just don't want to fall like out of shape. But yeah, I'm definitely a competitor and a very strong competitor, and I don't want to lose. So, and I told all my friends, I was like, I'm not doing this to just do it. Like I want to win my age group at least, and I did. I got first, and my friend Sean was right behind me, which was great. So we were able to be on the podium together. It was pretty cool for our first ever triathlon, any sort of event like that. But I got like I think 23rd out of everybody out of the 700. So it was tough. Like it definitely was hard. Like the Escape the Cape's a little bit different of a triathlon. When you're jumping off the boat at the beginning and then you're running in a lot of sand at the end. So it definitely makes it hard. But I had fun. It was good. I think I did pretty well. But I was happy. My friend Zeb Hinker, who is an enormously good athlete, like probably the best athlete I know. I was thankful he didn't do it because he would have crushed me and I would have got second. But I'm happy he stayed out of it so then I could get a little bit of glory. But I'm looking forward to next year or even some other sort of event, just to keep myself motivated, really push myself.
What's your favorite? Is it swimming, biking,
No.
running? No,
swimming sucks.
Okay,
Like
really?
I'm so used to surfing, and you take the board away, and it's so much harder.
Okay.
But like, I honestly probably running because I'm just so used to running from soccer. You run so much, and like my goal was like swim and try my hardest, but don't fall too far behind. And then which I think I was like second in the swim portion for my age group, so I wasn't too far behind anyway. But I just wanted to do well on biking and do good on the run, which I did good on the run. I knew like biking, I borrowed a bike from my friend, thankfully, because my bike I would have looked like a joke out there. But the biking part is huge, especially if you have a really nice bike. Like it helps out a lot. Like I use a nice gravel bike and it worked out fine. But like some people who do this for a living, they are flying past you on like these $10,000+ bikes. So it's like a little bit demoralizing when they can just do that. But yeah, I had a good time. Delmo runs a good show doing the Escape the Cape. They do a couple other ones. So I'm thinking about doing another one, maybe in Atlantic City later in August. But I'm definitely excited for next year's Escape the Cape because it's fun, like a good community event, basically. So.
What was the recovery process like?
Oh my God. I went to sleep at 7 p.m. like because you wake up a little bit earlier. You wake up like 5 because you have to be there early. But yeah, I went to bed at 7 p.m. that night, and then woke up and I didn't really go to the gym for a couple of days. I kind of just like rolled out and went in the ocean. Like feels good to do that. But well, the thing is, I had my friend's graduation party the day before, and they had the craziest selection of food. So I think that definitely helped fuel me for the run.
Okay.
But good barbecue. but
Okay.
that helped out a little bit.
Now, are you staying off the desserts though the night before this, or does
Yeah,
it matter?
I had a cookie or two.
Okay, okay. I
Good
wasn't
good
sure. Like,
carbs.
I had to take jogging class for school,
Yeah,
and I gave up for Lent
yeah,
sweets. And then I got back that Monday after
yeah.
Easter and had to jog, and I was like, "All right, I'm giving up sweets for
I
a
know.
week before my 5K."
It's crazy, like either a week of not going to the gym or running, or a week of eating like crap can do to you. You lose
Hmm.
like all of your progress basically. So, um, it is pretty annoying. I was actually kind of scared because the day after I graduated, I was moving my mini fridge back into my house and I dropped it and sliced my hand open, as you can see right here.
Oh, yep.
But I I was scared that my hand was going to be all jacked up for the race, and I was like, I just spent all this money to,
Hmm.
hopefully I can do it. But it ended up being fine. But like, I definitely took me out of like the gym for like a little bit with most things because I couldn't really grip anything. But so that was annoying. But I'm past that now, which
Good.
is good.
I don't think it affected you much at all.
So.
I think you were good there. And then August, what's the training process like? If you can.
I don't know. I always run, and I'll take some days to go on the bike, whether it's like the actual bike or riding the bike in the gym. And then like I'm so happy that the ocean's here, so you can
Mhm.
do as much swimming as you want. But I don't know. I don't really train like for the event. I kind of just work out. I don't know. Me and my friend Reed and his little brother will go on runs and work out, and then go swimming, stuff like that. So it's just like pieces by pieces. Like I haven't really had like a plan for training, which maybe I should, but it's just, I don't know. I try to do enough throughout
Yeah.
the day to like be good enough as a training schedule.
Yeah, these
But
professionals are upset if
yeah,
they're listening to this right now. This kid got first. Are you kidding me? What bad advice, but it works for you. So
yeah.
you're fine.
So
And then I guess you'll be working the arms this weekend with cornhole.
yeah.
So we'll get into that. Cape May Invitational, you are the commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 5th year, is
Mm-hmm.
that right? 5th year of the Cape May Invitational. For those who don't know, explain to us what this tournament is.
Okay, so yeah, the Cape May Invitational is a cornhole tournament, a local cornhole tournament that I host in my backyard every year. It's the 5th year. It started off like first year was like, kind of just threw it together, and it was fun. Everybody loved it, so I kind of kept doing it. But first year started with like 24 teams, and yeah, we were at a graduation party at my friend Gavin's, and we were all playing cornhole, and it was like getting just super competitive. So I kind of took it, made it a little bit bigger. Yeah, started with 24 teams the first year, and then grew to 32, and then now I've been doing 40. This will be the second year I'm doing 40. So, yeah, people get super competitive. There's like different levels of play. Some people come for a good time, and some people like are really into it. But you do win like a couple $100 from, I take the buy-ins from everybody. It's $25 a person, and I'll use that money to pay for like food and stuff like that, and then the rest goes to the winners. And then if you lose in the final, you get your money back. But um, but yeah, it's fun because everybody dresses up as a country. Everybody, picks their country like months beforehand, and all I do is I ask that you kind of wear the colors or whatnot to represent it,
Mm-hmm.
just so it looks like a fun time, which it is. And everybody dresses up, which is nice, and everybody has a great time. People tell me it's something they look forward to every summer, so I like to hear that. But and then this is the 3rd year I'm doing a raffle, where I get a bunch of gift cards from local restaurants and businesses. I used to use the raffle money to just add to the pot of the winners, but this year I started working with the Be Positive Foundation, which is a foundation that I worked with, or my team worked with when I was playing soccer at Immaculata, and we were able to adopt a kid. His name was Freddie. He was like the cutest little kid, but yeah, we worked with them to raise money for throughout our season. He came to some games, practices, and some events, and I just really liked what we had done with them while I was at school. So I asked if I could, help raise money through my event for them, and obviously they're not going to say no. They'd love to have me on, and everybody there is super cool. they made it really easy. I was able to open up a link that I'm gonna put money in once. We have the raffle on Sunday, so I'm getting ready for that. But I have like an endless amount of people who have given us donations. So like if I were to sit here and read it off, it'd probably take like 10
Right.
minutes. But there's so many people around Cape May and Wildwood Courthouse who have given us merchandise and gift cards and stuff like that. And I can't wait to eventually, I'm probably after going to post every single one of them. You know, like I'm incredibly thankful for everybody that has given us something. But everybody chips in for the event too, which is great. Like um, my family helps a lot, my girlfriend helps a lot, my friends, everybody like gives us boards to use. They help me get these donations. They help with food and stuff like that. It's like it's really not just me. Like I just kind of point fingers for a lot of the time, but um, I know I couldn't do any of it without anybody else. And I really hope that I have a large amount of stuff to give away this year, so I'm hoping it raises a lot of money for the Be Positive Foundation, which I didn't say was a child cancer research charity. So yeah, I'm just hoping that it has rained the past 2 years, and there is rain on the forecast for this weekend, and I'm just really hoping that everybody does a rain dance and it doesn't come because the show still goes on, but you know, rain's not fun for cornhole.
I think it might be clearing up. I
so.
think the last time I checked, I was seeing some sun.
I'm seeing better than what I saw.
Yeah, so there's some hope. Hopefully it gets out of its system tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I agree, just with the small town, I think a lot of people take it for granted when you're here that there are so many people willing to support you, willing to put this event together. And it's great because so many people have fallen in love with it. And that's kind of what I'll ask you now that you've expanded to 40 teams. Did you expect everybody to say, I really like cornhole and I want to do this again?
Yeah, like, no. Like, it's because it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like funny you say, like, oh, I run a cornhole tournament. But, like, I don't know. I don't have any sort of love for cornhole. Like, I never really played it that much. It's just like a game where everybody knows and it's easy and it's fun and it brings everybody together. And I think I probably could have had like 55 teams this year if I wanted to. It's just I don't really know how to make a bracket for that. Like 40, I have like a solution. If I think the next number I'd have to reach is 64 because like 64 is like, you know, the March Madness field. It's easy. But yeah, I don't know kind of how to put a bracket together for like 50 to 55 teams. So maybe next year, if it does reach to 64, then I might just have to jump up for that, which would be kind of crazy. But yeah, I definitely didn't think it would get this big. It's just, I don't know. It's like, I just like doing it though. Like I want to be a marketer as in my career, and I think I market a cornhole tournament pretty well. So I think I can market other things pretty well as well. But I just have fun with it because I like making graphic designs and everything, and you know, I put a lot of time into it, and it definitely takes up a lot of this early summer to put everything together, whether it's reaching out for donations or reaching out to people that are playing and everything like that, just getting everything together. And you know, I probably will see around like 250 people throughout the night. Like there's 80 players, and then a lot of people stop in to see what's up, or if it's people, you know, girlfriends, family coming to watch or whatnot. But there's a lot of people there, so I got to make sure that there's enough food and everything's settled for everybody. So I just hope that everything goes well again, but it always has. So
yeah, it will. And you have the shirts.
Yeah.
I know y'all can't see it, but did you make that shirt, that graphic design?
Yeah, so I did it with Alec Levin, who owns Actions Over Words.
I just interviewed him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
he came on 2 weeks ago.
So Alec is super cool. He made it so easy. Like I thought it'd be a process, but just went to him and he was like, "Oh yeah, like we'll do this." Made it up quickly, made a bunch. Made these last summer, so I want to make more next summer with Alec. But yeah, I didn't think that many people would buy them, but they did. So I'll have to make a next step and make them even cooler next year. But yeah, Alec made the t-shirts designs very well, and everything was super easy, pretty cheap too. So I liked working with him, and I'm gonna make some more next year. Totally, if you're listening.
Yeah, and for those who can't see it, it says Cape May Invitational on it and has a little cornhole symbol. I love it. I love the simplicity. I feel like I get it. That people's like, yeah, this is a great shirt that I can wear, especially for the summer. And especially if you feel like you're a part of something,
Mhm.
you know, I mean, I'll be in there, me and my sister, Madagascar.
Yeah.
I lost my shirt the other day, but guess what? I found it in the washer machine. It was mixed in with, I was like, I must have dropped this thing on the street. I'm going crazy. I had my mom drive down and I was like, Mom, I need my shirt. I forgot it at home. But we're ready. We're ready, and I know that there is 39 other teams who are excited and ready.
Eager.
I was talking to Paxton at the beach the other day, and he was like, I'm Russia, and I'm ready, and I'll be at the tournament. It's like everyone you see in town, especially at the Ramble, at the Shell Font, they're like, I'm coming to cornhole. It's like you only say cornhole. I don't even say the Cape May Invitational.
No. Everybody just says cornhole, but everybody knows what that means.
But you know it. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll see you Sunday. So I think it will be really fun, really exciting. Now, I will say I heard some rumors, not bad ones, good ones, that there might be some new additions this year of just how you do things. I don't know if you want to share them.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
I'm gonna change up like the championship rules. So I used to always, like, every game is, like, if you're familiar with cornhole, you play to 21 and you go over, and that's fine. For the championship, I'm going to do it. If you go over 21, you have to go back to 15, just because it requires a little bit more skill. I do that where you can go over just because there's not enough time in the night for me to. I think it's 103 games that are played in the night. So you definitely have to squeak that in like a 4-hour span. So the first games, you can kind of rush through a little bit, but I'm going to add to the championship game that you have to win by 2, and you have to stick it at 21 exactly to be able to win. I'm also adding. I need to post it for the group stage games that you can get 11-0'd and you're done, because I need to get some games going for the day. So yeah, I'm gonna post that. But in the group stage, if you go down 11-0, you will lose that game. But you get. I have a new format as of last year where you get to play a minimum of 4 games, which is good because I kind of felt bad that people were coming, paying, and then you only get 2 games if you do end up losing those first 2 games. So this format kind of gives everybody a chance to have more fun and play more games. And then it still kind of squeaks out to the remaining field pretty quickly. I have it's called like the round of 16, I guess you could say, after the group stage. So there's 16 teams left, and then it goes down. But yeah, it's fun because everybody I see, especially in the summer, they come up to me and they're all stoked about playing this year, and it's fun. Like, everybody kind of knows that I do it, and they're all ready to have a good time. And no one really plays until like a week before, so it's like they're like, oh crap, I got to start practicing just so I don't look like an idiot when I show up. But yeah, it's fun. Like, I definitely got a lot of support from everybody with that, and then that kind of leans into like when I did that triathlon. Like, I had people that I didn't even know coming up to me and like congratulating me. Either it's like my dad's friends or something like that I haven't met yet, but a lot of people congratulated me. Definitely, I personally didn't think it was that great of an achievement, but other people will say so to me, which is nice because it
was.
So it was fun. But yeah, it's like I love Cape May, and everybody chips in everything. I love everybody. Make you feel special when you do good things. So it's fun being a part of this town. Everybody chips in, everybody helps out with everything. So I'm excited for Sunday. I hope the weather works with us and everything's gonna go smoothly. So.
Do you have any prediction on who could win?
Yeah, it's like I said, there's definitely like groups. There's like stages of players, like people who come and have a good time, people who come and they try, but they're just not as good as some other people, and that's all right. And and then there's the people that that place in like top 5 like every single year. So last year, Aiden Lowry and Nathan Ziegler, who are 2 local kids, won. They represented Vatican City, and I think they could win again. Also, my good friends I was talking about earlier, Sean Connolly and his teammate Mackie Bonner, they are the ultimate choke artists. They've lost in 3 out of 4 of the finals, I think. Yes. And so they just can't get over the hump. So I was thinking maybe with the new championship rules, maybe they could turn it around, but there's a lot of pressure on them to succeed this year. So I would say either Vatican City, who I said Aiden and Nathan, or Ireland, who is Sean and Mackie, have a good chance to win it.
Well,
So,
we'll see on
yeah.
Sunday, June 29th, of who will be that winner. You can look at it on Cape May Invitational's Instagram,
Mhm.
and Colin will update you. He does a great job with the Instagram too,
Thank you.
with the graphics and everything like that. Love them all this year. So you're a Phillies fan, though, right?
Yes.
I'll ask you a quick
Absolutely.
Phillies question. They lost, to the Astros, got swept, scored 1 run in 27 innings.
Painful.
Who is this team?
I don't know. Like, it's the Phillies are probably the streakiest sporting team I've ever watched in my life, because especially this season, it sums it up perfectly. Like, we will go and win 9 of 10, and then we will lose 6 of 7. Like, it's just, that's what we're gonna get. And it's crazy because we saw our best pitching that we saw all season out of our bullpen, which has been abysmal at times this year. So it's good to see them playing well, but if we can't back them up with more than 1 run, then it's pretty embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's like we are on pace to, I think, win like 95 wins. So it's like you can't be too down on the team that is on pace to win 95 games, because that's good. That's enough for playoffs. And once you get to that playoffs in the MLB, everybody knows that anything can happen. So especially during Red October and at CBP. But yeah, we'll see how the Phillies do. I'm super excited about the Eagles still. Still on cloud 9 from that game. We are champions. And like I was saying, I was at the link last night, so seeing the banners on the side of the link is just great with the 2 Lombardi trophies. And so yeah, I'm still raving about the Eagles, and then the Philadelphia Union, who I care a lot about because I'm a huge soccer fan. They're actually doing very well this year. They have a new coach and not a completely new team, but a very different team, and they are first in the East. They might be first in the league. I think they broke the record for the most games unbeaten in the MLS. So it's great to see them playing really well, because I had really low hopes on them, but hopefully they can finish out with a championship for the first time. So we'll see.
City of brotherly love is looking up for them. I know the Phillies will figure it out.
Yeah.
Beat the Mets, won that series. Couldn't do the same for the Astros, but they got the Braves. So we'll keep you updated on the Beachside Blitz. Colin, great insight. I mean, you gotta just join us and be a host. We can talk about the Phillies.
Right.
But again, Cornhole Tournament, June 29th. Colin, the commissioner, will be on there. If you want to follow it, Cape May Invitational on Instagram. You can look it up there. Collin Hassay, thank you so much for joining us on Seaside Sit Down.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm so happy. That was just Collin Hassay with Seaside Sit Downs, as he talked about his collegiate career as a soccer player and also his cornhole tournament, Cape May Invitational. Now, to wrap this show up, we have the answer for the question of the week. The question was, where is former 76er Andre Iguodala? Where did he go to college? If you guessed the Wildcats, you are right. Andre Iguodala went to the University of Arizona, spent some time with the 76ers from 2004 to 2012, and then, of course, was that great 6th man for the Warriors for many years during their dynasty. Well, that about wraps it up for the Beachside Blitz. Join us next week. It will be on 4th of July, but we'll likely have a pre-recorded show, considering everything will be closed for 4th of July. But you can still join us. We'll still be here at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Beachside Blitz on Cape May Radio, WCFA 101.5 FM, and the Center for Community Arts. I am Patricia Caputo. We'll see you next week.